Okay, so again, my microphone cut out on this video as well, so I'm recording over it after the fact again. So I'm going to show you how to do basic cropping, and the program that I'm using is GIMP. Um, you can use Photoshop, it's perfectly fine, but GIMP is free. Just go to gimp.org and you can download it. It's available for both Mac OS and Windows, and it's free. It's about as powerful as Photoshop. I think it's a little easier to use than Photoshop, in addition to also being free. Professionals do normally use Photoshop, but for our purposes, GIMP is more than um, adequate. So load the image file. You can go to File, Open, just like any other program, or you can just drag and drop it on. And I'm using this cat image from the earlier video to just to demonstrate some basic cropping. Um, so what I'm trying to do is isolate the cat, and the way you do that is over on the left hand side you go over to that crop icon, which looks like a little X-Acto knife, and you click that. And then you can come over to the image and left click and hold down and drag, and this will create a box, and everything outside the box is going to be um, removed, and everything in the box will stay. So you'll notice when I move the mouse to the edge of the box, it's showing you that little rectangle, and that allows you to just move in that one direction, um, or that one axis actually. Um, and if you click in the center, you can move the box around like I just demonstrated. And then there's the box to the side where you can move it side to side but not up and down. And same thing with the top and the bottom will have the same. And then if you do it in the corner, you can move it on two axes. And once you have made the box that you want, you just hit enter, and it crops it out like that. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It takes about 30 seconds, um, which I'm going to demonstrate. I'm sorry, it takes less than 30 seconds, which I'm going to demonstrate here. You just open the file, go to crop, make your box, touch up the box, hit enter, and then to save the file, GIMP's a little bit weird. You don't actually go to save. If you save the file, it will save it in kind of internal format, which isn't going to be openable on computers that don't have GIMP. That's that XCF format there. So what you want to do is you want to go to export, and you want to do export as rather than overwrite, for two reasons. One reason being that you always want to keep a copy of the original image, and the other one being that you want to save it in a PNG format, because many other formats such as JPG, every time that you write the file, it's losing a little bit of quality, because every time that you write it out, it has to recompress it, and the compression that JPEGs and some other formats use, it's called lossy compression, which means that every time that you do it, you lose some quality. Whereas PNG, which is what I'm saving as there, .png, is a lossless format, which means that when you save it, it does compress it, but it uses lossless compression, so you don't lose any quality if you save it over and over. And there's that final image. Now, once you've done that, it's okay to overwrite. Like if you go back and make another edit to the image or something, then you can overwrite your edited PNG image is perfectly fine. The other reason, or the reason that you want to keep a copy of the original is because in case you want to later go back and make, say, a different material. So for instance, if you've made a flashcard, which is going to be this rectangular aspect ratio, and then later you decide that you want to go back and make a bingo board for it. Typically the bingo boards are going to use square images like this, so you want to be able to go back, and if you want a different aspect ratio, or if you want to make a different crop or something like that, it's always good to have the original file to go back to. And that's really all there is to basic cropping. There will be some videos later on that go more in depth into image editing, but for now this is really all that you need.